My name is Daniel Ross, and I'm the artistic director of La Nouba.
And how long have you been with La Nouba?
5 years with La Nouba, 20 years with Cirque du Soleil.
And can you tell us about refreshing the acts with La Nouba?
Yeah, so we've made big changes in the show over the last couple of years. After 17 years of show, we feel that sometimes we have to give it. I mean, our shows always evolve, but we felt that we needed to give it a little bit of a push. So we decided to put two new acts recently in the show. It's the whole opening, the first 10 minutes of the show. The first act is the B-Boys. It's a B-Boy act, breakdancing style from the 80s. And the second one is called Aerial Bamboo, and it's an aerial act. It's like traditional circus act up in the air, involving a nice duo. Yeah.
And how do you decide when it's time to bring in some new acts?
It's sometimes it's opportunity, and sometimes it's just a decision. In this case, we knew that we were going to continue with our contract with Disney and with our partnership with Disney. So we thought there was a good time to make changes. Yeah.
Do you have any understudies for the show for anybody?
For anybody? Yeah. Well, we do. We do have. There's two things we have. We have an internal system of replacement. So, for example, for characters, for main characters and things like that, we have some of the acrobats, the house troupe. It's like our ensemble, if you put it in Broadway terms. Some of our house troupe people will be able to cover for some of the roles. So we have at least one or two backups for each main roles. For some of the acrobatic act, we have solutions. Some of them are on-call artists, so people who are local that live around Orlando or close by, Lakeland or sometimes Jacksonville. It's a bit of a stretch, but they will come in and sub if they're available, of course. So we have some sort of solutions for everything. For some of the numbers, well, if it's a trio and one of them is injured or sick, well, you might see a duo that night, which is also perfectly acceptable. It's like going to see a hockey game and the main player, the star player, is out today. The same idea. Yeah.
It's all live, so you just
exactly. That's the cost of live performance. It is alive. It's wonderful. I always say, for me, there's nothing that beats a good live performance, whether it's the movies or the cinema or that's the same thing, is it? The movies, the television, or whatever it is. I think when you are sharing an experience with people, with a live show with real people performing on stage, it's something that is exceptional. So, yeah.
And how do you decide which acts to bring in, to fit into the fabric of the show?
Yeah. Well, with the show has a certain concept. It's based, it's got building blocks and it's got roots, if you'd like. There's a basic story there. There's the whole idea with La Nouba of the cleaning lady unleashing and uncovering that wonderful world that is sometimes not so wonderful. So in order to respect that somehow, we had to really find a good fit with the acrobatics, something that would tell that story. With the B-Boys, we wanted to preserve that idea of the city and the street and the urban side and urbanity of the opening. So we thought that a street act somehow would work well, and I think it does. And then for the aerial bamboo, that's a moment in the show where we basculate into something that's more nostalgic somehow, that stems from memories and souvenirs and all that. So we decided to go with that beautiful traditional circus aerial act. It's a bit of a love story somehow. So we thought this was very appropriate for that. So that's how we came about it. Yeah.
Well, we really enjoy the show, so thank you very much.